morning and welcome to Tara's Kitchen with Pixel's Mom. Today I will be making a very fun and 5-ingredient raspberry cheesecake thumbprint cookie. For the ingredients, you're going to need 4 ounces of cream cheese softened at room temperature, 8 tablespoons of salted butter at room temperature as well, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 cup of flour, and 1/4 cup of raspberry preserves. This recipe will make 2 dozen cookies and will need to be mixed together and to sit in the refrigerator for 45 minutes up to 2 hours before you can actually make the cookies themselves. Now it does call for a stand mixer, however, I unfortunately do not have one, so I will be doing all of mine by hand or with an electric mixer. So here we go. Let's get started. Okay, our first step is going to be to add the butter and the cream cheese to our bowl. And to proceed to whip this together until it is light and fluffy. I think I know what I'm going to be buying myself for a late Christmas present this year. Possibly a new stand mixer. Here we go. Let's get started. Okay, now that I have thoroughly mixed the cream cheese and the butter together, it is time to incorporate the sugar into the bowl as well and to mix that together very thoroughly. Our final step is going to be to add the flour a little bit at a time until it is all mixed well together. And I'll be back to show you what it's all like when that's done. Okay, now that you can see our recipe has been incorporated together, I did have to mention one thing about the ingredients. I did need to add an additional 3 tablespoons of sugar and tablespoons of flour as well. It was called for on the recipe and I did neglect to mention that as well. Our next step now is going to be to cover with plastic, put it into the refrigerator for at least 45 minutes and up to 2 hours. At that time, we will take it back out and proceed with there. Stick around, see how it looks when it comes out, and we'll go from there. Be back soon. Okay, now that you can see our recipe has been incorporated together, I did have to mention one thing about the ingredients. I did need to add an additional 3 tablespoons of sugar and tablespoons of flour as well. It was called for on the recipe and I did neglect to mention that as well. Our next step now is going to be to cover with plastic, put it into the refrigerator for at least 45 minutes and up to 2 hours. At that time, we will take it back out and proceed with there. Stick around, see how it looks when it comes out, and we'll go from there. Be back soon. Taking my dough out of the refrigerator. It's a little firm, but it should be easy enough to work with. I have our raspberry all ready to put into the top part of our thumbprint cookies, and we're going to give it a start. So first I'm going to take some of the dough. As I did say, it is rather firm. And then I'm going to make it into a ball. Okay. Once I have the ball, I'm going to put it on the cookie sheet with the other 2 that I did just to test it. And then push it down with my thumb. And there you go. Our next step is to take the raspberry filling and to put it on the top of the actual cookie. You do this before you bake it so that it can all bake together. As I did say, this will make up to about 2 dozen cookies. And I'm really looking forward to eating these because this is one of my favorite flavors is raspberry. And that's what they'll look like. I will be busy for a few minutes just rolling the rest of these out and I'll show you when the whole 2 dozen are done. I'll be back shortly. Okay folks, as you can see, the cookies have been rolled. They have beautiful raspberry jam on all of them. And I even had enough to make 26 cookies. The next step is to put them into a 375-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. And they should be golden brown and delicious. We shall be back as soon as that's done. Stay tuned. Now that the cookies have cooked for about 12 minutes, they are out of the oven and they are yummy and risen up and golden brown. I did notice that a little bit of the jam kind of spread over the sides, but I don't think it's going to make them taste any different than what they do right now. They look yummy. Let me see if I can take one and check it out. Looks good. I may have to wait a few minutes to give it that taste test. I'll be back shortly. Alrighty folks, it is time for the reveal of the yummy looking terrific raspberry cheesecake cookies. I have been so looking forward to tasting this. I have a feeling they're going to be just a little bit warm, but I'm at this point where I can't wait any longer. So you know what I got to do? Give it a taste. Wow, that's really good. You can taste the cream cheese. Makes it very sweet because of the raspberry on top, but overall it is a really good cookie for 5 ingredients. I would say this has been a definite success. I think they are really good. Be great for a little cookie thing for Christmas, or what, just because you can make them. I mean, you could use any filling you like as well. You could put a blueberry jam, you could put apricot, you could do any one you want. Thumbprint cookies are amazing. I want to thank you all for coming and watching me on my channel. And if you should make these, please leave me a comment. Hey, leave me a comment anyway. I'd love to hear what you think of this cookie. Y'all have a great day and happy holidays. Take care.